Let's go, baby. Aaron Nola tosses a gem out there on the mound against the Atlanta Braves today, as the Phillies beat the Braves by a score of 2-0. And Aaron Nola, like I said, he was just a masterpiece on the mound tonight. As I, Aaron Nola was an artist on the mound, perfecting his craft. And he was just something else on the mound tonight. This, even in his past two starts before this, these three starts combined, this is the Aaron Nola that we saw last year when he placed third in the NL Cy Young voting. And this is the Aaron Nola that we need to see going down the stretch because we know he can pitch like this. We know he has that ceiling to pitch like this consistently. And we know he is our ace, and we expect our ace to go out there and give us quality start after start. Yeah, I'm not saying Aaron Nola is going to go out there and throw gems like this like he did tonight, but give us consistent outing after consistent outing, and that's something you can roll with. Aaron Nola just being that consistent guy at the top of the rotation. He is our ace, and we expect our ace to go out there and pitch quality starts. And this is what Aaron Nola has been doing in his past three starts. He's looked solid, he's looked amazing, and tonight he looked outstanding. Just shutting down a Braves lineup who has been hot as of late and is probably one of the main reasons they are in top place in the National League East. It's just when you make guys like Ronald Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, just hold them off to only one base runner, and that was Acuna Jr. on a walk. When you hold those guys hitless throughout a ball game, you are doing something right. You are you're hitting your locations on the strike zone. You're locating your pitches really good, and you're making these guys time it. You're throwing these guys timing off, and that's what Aaron Nola did exactly. He was throwing people like Freddie Freeman. He was throwing his timing off. Freddie Freeman did not look comfortable at the plate at all tonight against Aaron Nola. And Aaron Nola, just in his many outings versus the Braves, he is pretty dominant, and he really likes pitching against the Atlanta Braves, especially in Atlanta. And what I love from Gabe Kapler tonight, he allowed Aaron Nola to go 8 solid innings. He didn't pull that mistake like he did last season on opening night. He didn't take Aaron Nola out early when he was dominating. He allowed Aaron Nola to stay in this ball game and deal. And I love the move from Gabe Kapler to leave him in the 8th inning because that 8th inning was Aaron Nola's best inning on the mound, shutting down that top of the lineup and just not letting the Braves get any kind of momentum whatsoever. They looked completely uncomfortable against Aaron Nola tonight, and Aaron Nola was just perfecting his craft on the mound. And the offense, all they had to do was get 2 runs on the board, and Aaron Nola ran with it. And in the 9th inning, just Hector Neris looked outstanding tonight on the mound in the closer spot. Yeah, he blew his save last time against the New York Mets, and I'll give that last blown save. He was used a little too much in that series. He had like a stretch of 3 straight outings in that series, so he's had a couple days rest. I don't think he pitched at all against the Miami Marlins, so he's had a few days off here, so he looked really solid today. Even though the splitter wasn't there, his fastball was amazing. And in his last appearance against the Atlanta Braves where he blew the save in Atlanta, this was a revenge outing. This was a statement for him against the Atlanta Braves, and he completely dealt. In that blown save, they were keying splitter, and they were hitting that splitter. And Hector Neris, he just went there. I'll give you a fastball 95, 96, and try to hit it. Try to hit it. I'll throw it to you up in the strike zone. I'll throw it to you in the corners. Try and hit it. And they couldn't. They couldn't time that fastball at all. And he strikes out the side with Josh Donaldson, Nick Markakis, and Riley. And it's really important that Aaron Nola gets this kind of outing today because it also rests the bullpen for another couple days here because we had the off day yesterday. And I can't give Aaron Nola, I can't compliment Aaron Nola even more because he was just that great on the mound today. He was that solid. He goes 8 strong innings. Yeah, he allows 4 hits and 3 walks, but it doesn't really matter because he was just solid on the mound. He struck out 8. Like Hector Neris came into the 9th inning and he struck out the side. And pitching just dominated that Braves lineup today. And you made guys like Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman, and Ozzie Albies just struggle at the plate today. And that's just something special, getting that momentum into this series because we really need it. And with this win, we are now 45-40 and 4.5 games behind the Atlanta Braves right now. And this is something good because if we can get at least 2-3 wins in this series, out of a 3-game series, so we can get the 2 wins or we get the sweep, at most, we could be 2.5 behind the Braves going into the weekend, but I'll take 2 wins in the series. We have to get at least 2. And we have Nick Pivetta on the mound tomorrow, and that's just not really sure about Nick Pivetta because I'm like that with every start because I'm not sure what you're going to get out of Nick Pivetta. But he has been solid coming up from AAA a few weeks ago, so hopefully Nick Pivetta can keep that consistency against the Atlanta Braves tomorrow. And I feel the offense tomorrow, they have to get a little bit more runs on the board instead of just two, because I feel like if Nick Pivetta can get at least a 5, 6, 7 run lead, he can probably feel less stress and more comfortable in the outing and just go out there and pitch the way he can. And pitch the way to what he can possibly be. Not saying break out Nick Pivetta, but Nick Pivetta has thrown a stretch of consistent games here and there since coming up from AAA. And if he can get a comfortable lead tomorrow against the Braves, we could possibly see another solid outing from Nick Pivetta. I'm not saying going 8 strong innings, but who knows? He could possibly do that, or he could possibly go 4 innings and allow 10 runs. That can also happen, but don't want to jinx it right there. So, yeah, with the offensive stats today, since we only got the 2 runs, Scott Kingery, he goes 1 for 4. Gene Segura, he goes 2 for 4, scores on the Jay Bruce 2-run double. Rhys Hoskins goes 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Bryce Harper, he goes 0 for 4. Didn't really have a good night there for Bryce Harper. And Harper he struck out 1 time. Didn't really look good tonight at the plate. JT Realmuto, he goes 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Jay Bruce, like I said, he had that big 2-run double in the 4th inning, which Aaron Nola ran away with. And guys like Cesar Hernandez goes 1 for 4. Maikel Franco goes 0 for 4. And we only have to use 1 bench player, and that was in the top of the 9th inning. So when you only have to use 1 pinch hitter for your pitcher, that's something good. And that's something the Phillies need going down the stretch because it's good to rest the bullpen. Just in case we have a bad outing from our pitchers, it's good that you have the bullpen rested. And I want to see just more of this consistency and more of this dominance from Aaron Nola down the stretch because I know that's the way he can be. And I have a lot of confidence in the Phillies just going into the series because they're starting to find their swagger back, even though they did lose that series to the Miami Marlins, and that kind of sucked. But it still does feel like the Phillies are starting to find that the offense, they're starting to get that starting pitching, starting to get good starting pitching. And yeah, the bullpen as of late has been really good, but when we can get a good outing from our bullpen when they're on rest, that is something you can use down the stretch, especially going into the All-Star break. So if we can get to at least 2.5 to 3.5 games behind the Braves at the All-Star break, I'll be fine with that. And yeah, I have confidence for the Phillies going into the rest of the series, but I do want to get on to another topic, which was sad news from MLB, Major League Baseball, out of the Angels organization, pitcher Tyler Skaggs. It was announced yesterday afternoon that in the hotel against their series with the Texas Rangers, Tyler Skaggs at the team hotel, he was found unconscious in his hotel room. They called the paramedics in the hospital, and once they arrived, they called him dead on the scene. So Tyler Skaggs was pronounced dead in his hotel room, and it's just another tragic news in baseball. It's another young pitcher, another really good pitcher just lost in the league, and it's just hard to see because in recent years we had pitcher from the Miami Marlins, Jose Fernandez, and that was such a tragic story when he died. And it's hard to see with the Los Angeles Angels because this is the second time in I think 10 years they have lost a young pitcher to death, and it still hasn't been fully revealed how he died, but the police and paramedics don't think any foul play was involved. So we really don't know what fully was released from the police report yet or from the paramedics at all. So it's just a sad news in the MLB. In the Rangers and the Angels, they did postpone their game yesterday just out of respect for Skaggs. And they did play today, and they had a really nice opening ceremony just memorizing him. And just players throughout the league just showing their respect for the Los Angeles Angels and Tyler Skaggs. Some players around the league were writing his name on their ball caps. And pitcher Patrick Corbin from the Washington Nationals, he was a really good buddy of Tyler Skaggs. They were both drafted together, and they were both traded from the Angels to the Diamondbacks. So that they have been really good friends from this stretch on. And Patrick Corbin, he wore the number 45 in honor of Skaggs because Skaggs wore 45 with the Los Angeles Angels. And it's just really good respect shown from around Major League Baseball. And it's just such another tragedy that it's really just hard to see in baseball. We also had, like, news from a month and a half ago when David Ortiz got shot in the Dominican Republic. It just, thank God he is recuperating and he survived that. But it's just hard seeing another young face in the MLB just lose their life so early. And it's just cherish life just from what you have, because you never know when it's going to end. And sadly, it happened to Tyler Skaggs, and he passed away so young at the age of 27. And he still had a lot of potential in the MLB. He was one of the better pitchers on the Angels rotation, and it's just another sad loss for the MLB. And I do remember when pitchers like Jose Fernandez died, and even though Roy Halladay wasn't in the game anymore, he was retired. But it's just hard to see just such good faces in the MLB just die so young at age. When Jose Fernandez died a couple of years ago, when Roy Halladay died a couple of years ago in the Gulf of Mexico, and now seeing players like Tyler Skaggs just pass away from just an unknown cause. And he pitched a few days ago too. He pitched on Saturday at home in Los Angeles, and this was just completely unexpected. No one knows what happened, but no foul play was suspected from the police at all. So we don't know fully what happened to Tyler Skaggs, but it's just something that you just hate to see, and it's just a sad couple of days here for the Major League Baseball and the Angels organization. My prayers and heart go out to the Angels organization and Skaggs family. This is just a tough couple days for the Major League Baseball, and it's going to be hard for the Angels because even though they went through this 10 years ago, it's never easy to go through loss, and this is going to remain with them for the rest of the season. And I don't know how the Angels are going to be the same just here on out, but they're going to play every game for Tyler Skaggs. They're going to go out there and play for him, and it's just tough to see. It's just tough to see loss like that on an MLB team, especially in the middle of the season when you're in the stretch of things, and it's going to be hard going down the stretch for the Los Angeles Angels, and it's just a hard story to witness, and it's just hard to see in the League of Baseball. So prayers go out to Skaggs' family and the Los Angeles Angels. Just another young face lost in Major League Baseball. So in wrap of this video, what are your guys' thoughts on the Phillies game today? What are your thoughts on the Phillies going down the stretch of the rest of the series against the Atlanta Braves and even going into the All-Star break? And just what are your thoughts on the Tyler Skaggs passing? Even though it's a hard topic to talk about, just like share your opinion. Just share what you think just with the recent passings of young pitchers in Major League Baseball. Just like share your opinion. Just get your thoughts out there. It's a hard topic to talk about, but it's good to express your opinion on things like these. So without further ado, don't forget to leave a comment, don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, boys, and I will see you in the next one.